So many people love butter on just about everything, though, there's a debate over whether it's good or not for us. So we actually have enlisted the help of our NewsNation medical analyst, Dr. Dave Montgomery. So, Dr. Dave, is butter good for you if you're already a healthy person overall and you don't have any pre-existing conditions? Isn't butter better?
Good morning to you, Adrienne. As a cardiologist, this is a tough one for me, as you can imagine. I know I'm not going to be that popular when I tell people, really, you should be moderating butter as they're smattering on their butter this morning. Smathering's not a word. But with that being said, I mean, the issue is saturated fat, right? So we know that saturated fat in things like butter can be bad for your cardiovascular system, can be bad for your immune system. And so we want to moderate that, right? And I know there's a debate around saturated fat. There's been some studies, right? But they're not the highest quality studies. We don't go out to the store and get a gram of saturated fat. We go out and get things like butter and meats and things like that. And we know that foods that are high in saturated fat are the foods that lead to more health problems. And that's what I want to key in to.
Okay, and so is the problem really what we put the butter on? Like the potatoes and the toast and all the things?
Hit it right out of the park, right? It's less the pat of butter than it is the croissant that you're going to eat today. And also moderating those things. I really want people to understand that things that are highly processed, with highly processed carbohydrates, with high amounts of sodium, when we say processed, that's what we mean, and things like saturated fat, those are the things that are going to cause the most health problems. Listen, there's no debate that those things, for example, fast foods that are really replete with those things, cause more problems with cancer and heart disease and problems with your immune system than the things that are, not highly processed, that are whole foods, that are nutrient dense.
One more quick question. I only have 30 seconds. The new wave of butters made out of like cashews and coconuts and all that fun stuff, is that any better than butter? I mean, it's still got a lot of fat in it, different kinds of fat.
Yeah. So it is a different kind of fat, but that's the key, isn't it? It's about the proportion of unsaturated fat, the healthier fat, to saturated fat. And so some of these plant sterols is what we call them, plant sterol margarines that do not have trans fat, that's the key, are probably better for you, especially people that have really high cholesterol genetically and people have fat absorption problems as well.
Okay, I am so glad I don't have high cholesterol and I can keep eating butter. That's what I heard you say. Don't say anything else, Dr. Dave. Don't say anything else. We appreciate your time. Thank you again. Talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. Talk to your doctor. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.